Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great day, drinking lots of water, staying hydrated, having something at some point today if you haven't, now's your chance to, because we're sitting back, relaxing, and playing some more Danganronpa today. We're going to jump right into it. We are halfway through chapter 4. We are investigating a crime scene right now, and we're just going to hop right in. I'm a little quieter today because I am not alone in the house, so bear with me about that. So we're just going to hop right in here. So that's why my mic is turned up a lot, so you guys can hear me better. But here we go. We're investigating Sakura's death. Take a little peep around. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego? Hi, and yay, Danganronpa. Hi, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. I thought that I looked at pretty much everything. Have I not? I guess the door. This door's the only way out, in or out of the rec room. Remember me? I do. I remember pretty much everyone for the most part. So welcome back. I'm really happy to have you here. Hope you're doing well. How has everything been? I'm tightening my arm mic really quick. It's about to fall off. There we go. That's a lot better. Alright. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Massive break. Oh, wow, okay. I'm glad you're okay. My goodness. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. I think we've looked at everything. Oh, no. Whoa. The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint? What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust. What about you? I'm good. Been busy with school, streaming, all that fun stuff.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was opened. Don't you think? Then during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Nice. Just checking, we looked at all of that stuff. I guess we talk to people now? School sucks. Yeah, been busy, but it's alright. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed? Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
She certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have any regrets, I know. Why do I feel like she's lying? But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. I feel like she's lying. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her here in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Oh, she's not lying. That's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says you didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Thanks, son. Okay, we're just... Alright, let's try and leave the room then, because I gotta confirm with people. Boy, I did. Yeah, I know. Multiple blows to the head. Yes, the blood. I'm confuzzled. Confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. I'm trying. I've already looked at all this stuff, though. So what do I do? I looked at all that. Chair? Chair was shoved up against the doorknob so I couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used. There's no reason to think the chair has anything special done to it. There's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, there we go. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part. Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave. Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we've had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay, so now we can leave. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. So we need Toko and Hiro, right? Junko. Toko. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you want? Oh.
Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Can't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't even look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. Sorry, I keep yawning because it's early. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Okay, Hiro. Yes, here we go. Yasuhiro. Press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, what's up, Ngoto? Do you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. She didn't write you a note? Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Quick as a wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said it was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. That's her handkerchief or whatever. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hina. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Chem lab! Let's go! We'll work our way up. It's not this floor, or not this floor, it's not the second floor, it's the third floor, I think, is the chem lab. Oh, here it is. I think this is, oh, they're both on the third floor. Okay, so we'll go to the chem lab and then we'll go back to the rec room. Oh wait, no. Chemlag's 4th floor. That's physics. Okay. Let's see if I can remember where the... Oh. I keep going in circles. I hate this school. Where are the stairs? Oh. Alright, Chem Data Lab. Office, Headmaster, Chem. Oh hey. Makoto, did you have your eye on the Chem Lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. You're a freak, man. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Probably should take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? Have to be careful not to step in it. Yellow powder scattered on the floor. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have spilled. That's right. Could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Oh, okay. There are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. How's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me? So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left the footprints had only had business at the leftmost shelf. You could tell without that, you freak. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya asked. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Should probably take a good hard look at that powder. Remains. Footprints, yes. Yes, we went through all that already. Right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. What's on this shelf? These are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here in accident? This shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived such ignorance for so long? It must truly be blessed. Isn't that kind of harsh? What, do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there is a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Righty-dighty. Let's do it. I think we're almost done investigating. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. See, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying. Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, and the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Alright.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then how can you? I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look there. Her shoes? You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands up. That powder is clue number 1. Next is the wound in her head. Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. It would appear she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Magazines? This magazine's upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this? It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. In the bottle, she said.
Hey,
Did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation? Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up with their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine, and that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Let's get to work. What kind of experiment we're doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. It's
in
balanced,
other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption might be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The result of our experiment, the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Uh-oh, here we go.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Can I? Can I? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Alright, here we go. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... The ultimate martial artist. The locked room murder mystery. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, it does make it seem sad. Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What was that? I don't get it. I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone? I don't think I'm acting casual. I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt as it began its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened on the for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yes. I'm fine.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So if you can figure out, then I'll punish everyone now.
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is a killer, but she must have some reason for believing that.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Shoot.
Sorry.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay, I missed. I was trying to hit heroes.
It was one of you.
Stop.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Come on.
That's low. That's
I hate this part.
as you can get. It was one of you.
I forget how to fast forward.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Oh, there we go.
You hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That's the only reason you have for
There we go. Goodness, I hate this.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died, so there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them didn't?
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her. No, it's wrong. Kira, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is...
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was... Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. Got a problem with that?
Quite a sudden hostility.
Well, we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious! It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shiny message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime, so it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was...
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us.
I can tell you exactly where I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Okay, it's the first one, I believe.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, I said where was the magazine?
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
No, it is the first one. You confused me, Makoto.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
What?
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
What's wrong?
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation, and you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko.
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt. She wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
It wasn't focusing on ones.
I refuse to give up yet.
I'm surprised we have one so early on.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
It doesn't focus on them. Why?
The end is nigh.
Alright, I'm annoyed.
30% right.
Okay. I was doing it a little bit wrong. I'm just gonna let it finish and then I'm gonna try again.
I refuse to give up yet.
I still messed it up. I don't know how.
Occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
It's not letting me lock on anymore. This is annoying.
Is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
I hate that one.
I refuse to give up yet.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
How do I...
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
How do I get more? How do I reload? Tab.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Can't find it. Okay, well now I remember how to reload, so. This is my least favorite one.
I refuse to give up yet.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right.
I'm trying.
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Ugh.
Show me the proof.
Finally did it.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, Hero could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Over's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
When I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? Might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
That's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it the hero did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. Oh. Sorry.
I got it!
It wasn't hidden though.
It's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had
I
been picked
guess it
up
was put
and put
back.
on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't lie, like what had been written. Toko.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed him.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that.
I didn't want to, but I did. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit over from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, it's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had two 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Hmm. I didn't mean to hit that.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
king, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene. Well, one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, it's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that it has anything
Doing
to do
good, good.
with that bottle could have disappeared
Glad to hear
at
it.
any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing?
I got it! The bottle must have been broken
That makes...
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is Kyoko and I figured it out before. The weight. Right? This.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
I'm gonna end for today because I'm out of time. But we got through a good chunk of this. Why are some words in CC that have some space between some letters and words? I don't know. Okay, we are ending for today because I am out of time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. We got through a very good chunk of Chapter 4 today. We should be able to finish it next time. And start Chapter 5, which there are only 5 chapters in this game, so we are almost done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard for some Minecraft survival, so I'll see you guys then. We'll see if there's any friends we can raid today, and while I'm doing that, if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It takes 2 seconds and it's completely free, so you can always unsubscribe later. None of our friends are streaming today, so we are just gonna end. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye!